We talk about everything, play music in between. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene. Talking music, you know what I mean. Tune in and enjoy Chad's underground scene.
Welcome to Chad's Underground Scene here in Nashville. We are in front of the Texas Troubadour Theater, also the Nashville Cowboy Church on Sunday. So, I met you guys at the Objective Sessions.
Yes, sir.
How are you guys doing and where are you from?
I'm feeling great right now. Yeah. We're from Portland, Oregon, around Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, I'm from Estacada, Oregon.
And we have Elijah, and we have Justin.
Yes, sir. And should we start?
So tell us a little bit about your background and a bit about your music.
Well, we've been playing together since about 8th grade or so. We just recently started this new project together, playing the sort of country folk Americana stuff, and play gigs around Oregon quite a bit. So this is our first time in Nashville, just to go to the Objective Sessions. Kind of feels like home.
Yeah, hopefully we'll all be on the tour together.
Hopefully, yeah.
The Extreme Tour together.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start with a song.
All right. This one's called "The Ballad of Jeremiah Jones." It's my take on a murder ballad here. It starts in B minor. Was his name, in Montana born and raised, and his father was a whiskey and drinking man. So he settled in Wyoming at the age of 17, working in the coal mines for the man. Well, his pockets bare and cold, and his back was feeling broke by the meager age of only 23. And most of his time was spent drinking through the night in the township of Fort Laramie. Coal mines took his soul, and his chances there were dull, till the gang of Jimmy Hardin came around, looking for a hired gun, an outlaw on the run, and Jeremiah seemed to be the one. Till one night old Jimmy came to offer extra pay as long as Jeremiah held the gun that would violently put down the sheriff of the small town of Hartville. Well, Jim robbed most everyone. Oh, well, they devised themselves a plan, and on the day that Jimmy said, they rode out west through the dust and mud. And all along the ride that day, no one had nothing to say, just the fellowship of sin and lack of good. Well, the silence, it fell loud as his footsteps crunched the ground, and a bead of sweat rolled down from his cold brow. With his hand upon his gun, he rose up with the sun and drew his pistol and put that sheriff down. Once But before she could leave the scene, Jeremiah put 2 rounds right through her good. Well, his gaze fell upon the floor. Well, his hand searched for the door, and his legs, they felt near too weak to run. Jeremiah threw up his hands, put his gun down, and laughed as he saw his band of brothers on the run. On the day Jeremiah died, no one was there to cry. He was laid down as a criminal and shamed. Buried somewhere in the sand lay the bones of that poor man, and the truth of that night died with his name. Buried somewhere in the sand lay the bones of that poor man, and the truth of that night died with his name.
Yes. That is awesome.
Sweet.
So it kind of reminds me of somebody that we just went and saw. So let's talk a little bit about the feeling we had at Johnny Cash's grave. We just went to Johnny Cash's grave, and it was heavy for me. I looked at that grave and just think of all the songs he played that I just listened to over and over again, and it helped me learn how to write songs and how to just play music.
Oh yeah,
with
absolutely.
heart and with feeling.
I would agree with that fully. For me, I've been listening to Johnny my whole life, and every time it was like when I was a kid, my mom would turn on Johnny to help calm me down when I was having hard times, or like just little things like that. I remembered when I walked up to his grave, and him and June both of them are a huge influence on my music and my writing style, and they got me through pretty much everything I can remember. I don't know how you feel about Johnny, but
I mean, of course I love Johnny. He's absolutely amazing. Songwriting is absolutely top-notch. But yeah, no, it's really special just being there. Especially just giving respects to truly icon.
And you could just, for me, I could just feel the energy coming out of that, and the Carter family, right? Amazing.
I mean, both of them. It was like when I had just stood in front of it, and at one point it was like they were just there with us. It felt as if their energies were still present even after all these years. So it was very special. Very special, I think. It's not something I'll soon forget.
No. So while we were at the gravesite, we played some songs, some together, some alone, and we're going to show you those songs now. So enjoy the songs and just feel what goes on with Johnny Cash. Feel his presence.
Just around the corner there's heartache. Down the street that losers use. If you can wade in through the teardrops, well, you're gonna find me at the home of the blues. Well, I walk and cry while my heartbeat keeps time with the drag of my shoes. The sun never shines through this window of mine. It's dark at the home of the blues. Well, this place is filled with the sweetest memories. Memories so sweet that I cry. Dreams that I had left me feeling so sad. I just wanna give up and lay down and die. Oh, so if you just lost your sweetheart, it seems there's no good way to choose. You can come along with me, misery loves company. Welcome at the home of the blues.
Yeah, here we are. Johnny Cash's Great Song. My name is Sam Hall. Sam Hall. My name is Sam Hall. Is Sam Hall. My name is Sam Hall. And I hate you one and all. I hate you one and all. Damn your eyes. I killed the man, they said, so they said. I killed a man, they said, so they said. I killed a man, they said, and I smashed in his head. I left him laying dead. Damn his eyes. Yeah. I must go, I must go. A swinging I must go, I must go. A swinging I must go. You critters down below. You Sam, I hate you so. Damn your eyes. I saw Molly in the crowd, Saw Molly in the crowd, I saw Molly in the crowd, hollered right out loud. Hey there, Molly, ain't you proud? Damn your eyes. Well, that sheriff, he came too. He came too. The sheriff, he came too. He came too. The sheriff, he came too. And he said, Sam, how are you? I said, Sheriff, how are you? Damn your eyes. My name is Samuel, Samuel. My name is Samuel, Samuel. My name is Samuel. And I'll see you all in hell. I'll see you all in hell. Damn your eyes.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there, man.
That one fits right in. That's
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's move along to Oregon, a state that I love playing in. I've played so many gigs in Oregon, and it's always an experience. I played in Portland one time. This is a good one. We played in Portland, and we played at a place called the Satyricon,
Oh yeah,
and that's right.
classic.
Yeah, right on that main street. And late at night, it's a tricky little area.
Oh yeah, it is.
And with the gig that we played, they said food was included. We were on tour, right? And so we went, and they said, yeah, you just go right back in the back there. And there's a little window. Knock on that window. They'll open up the window and they'll give you your food. And so we knocked on the window and we go, we're in the band. And they go, yeah, just a minute. They close the window. And then like 10 minutes later, they open the window back up. Your food's ready, and we each get a hero sandwich.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's how it goes, man. That's how it is in Portland, man.
And then we were playing with this band. They came out on stage and they their idols were Poison Idea.
Oh yeah, Poison Ideas.
And they came rolling out on the stage and they said, "We're Alcoholics Unanimous."
Unanimous.
Everybody in the band was at least 400 to 500 pounds.
Oh wow.
Big, huge guys.
Wow.
And they rocked, and they were,
Yeah, it's nice.
and it was the weirdest thing. Somehow, a bunch of people knew about our band, and they came from the mountains. So a bunch of mountain
Kid
men
area, I bet.
started coming down with their beards and their long hair and their flannel shirts, and
Yeah.
they're all coming in, and the owner of the place is going, "These guys rarely come down here. How
Yeah.
do they know about you guys?" And I go, "Let me tell you a story." So I have a story to connect that story. So we played in Ashland, Oregon, and if you're not aware,
Oh, I know Ashley.
in Oregon there's witches and there's warlocks
Oh yeah.
all over the place.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're everywhere.
And we played this club there, and there were witches and warlocks in the club. There was one guy, little guy with a top hat this high,
Yeah. Sounds like
and I'd look at him, and he'd disappear. And I go, "Where'd that guy go?" And then I'd look over, and he's at the other end of the bar,
yeah,
or he's over in the corner somewhere.
Yep.
It gets trippy
And
there.
then after the show, our guitar player met these two girls, and they said, "Hey, we want to bring you up to the college, and we're going to show you where they burn the witches at the stake." And we're like, "Wow, that's wild." So we went up to this college, and there's this long staircase, and they said, "When you go up these stairs, at the bottom you won't hear anything. When you get to the top of those stairs, you're going to hear the witches screaming."
I've heard of this.
And we're like, "This is pretty heavy."
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We walked up these stairs, and you get about 3/4 of the way up, and you can hear the witches screaming like they were being burned.
Yeah, it's pretty weird,
It was
man.
frightening. It was crazy. And then after that, we went, and there was only one bar left on the street that was open late at night. Because it's a small town, right? It's not a big town, but there's things go off there. There's a lot of great music, a lot of great things going on. So we went into this bar, and after about 10 or 15 minutes in the bar, I said, "Hey, Brent, is something a little odd here? Do you feel like there's something a little bit odd?" And he looks at me and he goes, "Not really." He goes, "It's kind of a cool place." I go, "There's no girls in here except for the two girls that brought us in here." And he's looking around, and he's like, "Wow, that is kind of weird." And then the next thing we notice, they're all lumberjacks, really macho looking guys, and we look around and we see guys kissing each other.
Yeah, just had a game
And we were like, "Wow, this is interesting." So then we asked the girls that brought us there, dropped us off, right? We said, "What is going on here?"
Yeah.
And they go, "Oh, this is a gay bar. It's a lumberjack gay bar."
Yeah, all the gay
It's so
lumberjacks
cool.
come down from the
Oh
mountains.
yeah, it was so cool. We were like, "Oh, this is awesome. I would have never imagined this right here on the main street."
The mountains get lonely.
It was awesome. It was awesome. So anyway, the morning we get up in the hotel, we get up, and this guy comes driving up in a truck right over to me, and I'm riding my skateboard out in the parking lot. Riding my skateboard and doing some tricks on the skateboard, and he comes cruising up in his truck, and he looks at my skateboard, and he goes, "Hey, that's a cool painting on your skateboard." And I go, yeah, my drummer did that. He made that, he drew that himself. He painted that whole thing. And he goes, "I really love it, check it out." And he rolls up his sleeve, and he has that painting tattooed on his arm.
What?
What are the odds of that?
And I was like, "Whoa, what is
that's
going
a trip,
on?"
man.
And then he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, I heard you were at the club last night and you saw my friends." And I go, "Which friends are those?" He goes, "Oh, most of the people in there." He goes, "Probably about half of them were my friends. My name's Merlin." And he reaches his hand out and he shakes my hand, and I was
Whoa.
like, "Oh my God."
What a trip.
And he wasn't there.
Wow.
I was at the club, and I looked at everybody and met a lot of people in there, and I never saw him there.
Wow.
And I go, "I didn't see you there. How do you know what's going on in that club?" And he goes, "All my friends were there, so I was watching what was going on."
Wow.
And I was like, holy smokes. And then he goes, hey, before you guys leave town, I got something for you if you want to come by my house. He goes, I got something for you. I got this guitar that I never play, and I wanted to give it to you guys.
Oh, wow.
And then he goes, and my house is, and he goes, on the map, you're not going to see it. He goes, so I'm going to draw where my house is. He goes, they've had trouble with the fire department not finding our house,
Oh, wow.
our street when people have problems. He goes, I'm going to draw it on here and you're going to find it. Just go down to that next street that's not there and you're going to find my house. And we went to his house, and this is wintertime, so it's cold. It's freezing
Oh, yeah.
cold.
In Oregon, yeah.
And all his doors and windows are open. We walk in his house and it's like 70 degrees, 75 degrees in his house.
Whoa.
And all he has is the oven open.
Wow.
He goes, that oven's really good. It heats the whole house.
Yeah. Really good, apparently.
You gotta
And then-
keep the doors open.
So then on our way out, he hands us the guitar and he goes, here you go, guys. You're going to love this. It's a beautiful acoustic guitar.
Wow.
And we take off, and as we're leaving, he goes, you're going to have a great tour the rest of the tour. I'm going to let all my friends know you're out there.
Oh, wow.
And then it was like 2 nights later, we played at the Satyricon, and all these people came out.
Oh, wow. That's a trip. Okay. Cool, man.
So
Bunch
that,
of gay lumberjacks.
oh yeah, so that's, an
awesome,
amazing,
dude.
that's an amazing
great.
story
I love
about Oregon. And
I love it.
every time I went to Oregon, I have another story I could tell, because every club we went to, something like that happened, and it was amazing.
Oregon's amazing.
Yeah, it's just an amazing place. So on that note,
That's
we're going to
funny.
play a song together. This one is called Chelsea Jean. This one I wrote about my niece.
Losing it.
She's got eyes blue that'll win your heart. She's got a great big smile that'll tear you apart. She's so clean, that Chelsea Jean. She's so clean, Chelsea Jean. Said she's so mean, that Chelsea Jean. She said, don't worry, Daddy, it's gonna be alright. She looks straight in your eyes, make your heart skip a beat. Now you find yourself dancing with 2 left feet. She's so clean, that Chelsea Jean. She's so clean, that Chelsea Jean. I said she's so mean, that Chelsea Jean. I said, don't worry, Daddy, it's gonna be alright. Take it, Elijah. She run all over town. She'll keep me on the run. Tell ya not to worry, that it's just for fun. She's so clean, that Chelsea Jean. She's so clean, that Chelsea Jean. I said she's so mean, that Chelsea Jean. I said, don't worry, Daddy, it's gonna be alright. One more time. I said she's so clean, that Chelsea Jean. Said she's so mean, that Chelsea Jean. So don't worry, Daddy, it's gonna be alright. I said she's so mean, that Chelsea Jean. I said she's so clean, that Chelsea Jean. I said, don't worry, Daddy, it's gonna be alright.
Yes.
Yeah, good stuff, man.
All right, so tell me a little bit about the area you're in and some of the underground clubs that go on in your area.
All right. Well,
We can discount this year, but
Yeah, unfortunately.
You were around before that.
So I'm from like around the coastal region in a place called Grand Ronde, and we have a casino there. It's called Spirit Mountain Casino. It's like the big attraction for all of Oregon. It's like the nicest casino in Oregon, basically. And there's a town right before that called Willamina. It's like a one-horse town, you know, one road, I like to call it. No stoplights sort of place. And there's a place I actually work at. I'm a bartender there now, but it's called Dylan's. And that's where we made our start. That's where we got our start playing like live, really, like like picking it up and getting people to like listen.
Oh, sweet.
Our band is from Willamina.
Yeah.
So your heart's in that place.
Yeah, that place, and it's funny because my great grandmother was a bartender there for 20 years. It's a family like oriented place, you know. All of like my native side of my family all worked there and like lived there and above it and everything. So it's a pretty special place to me. I don't know what there is around Estacada anymore, but
I don't really check out much of the scene there, but you know, we've done quite a bit of shows at Trails, and that's always.
oh yeah, the Trails Inn.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
always a good one out in Estacada.
Yeah, that is a good one.
And then probably
we've done, like,
hanging out
5.
in Portland, right?
Yeah.
You've probably seen a lot of shows.
We used to.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
used to
a lot
hang
of
out there
shows
more.
there.
But it was insane that we actually did a show while the fire, like just right while the fires were happening, and the whole town got surrounded, you know, and was evacuated. And 2 days after everyone was allowed back, there was already live music happening. at
We
the
played a
Trails.
show.
Oh, sweet, yeah.
We were the first ones to play there, and
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't walk outside. You were choking
Yeah,
on
it
the
was
ashes. Still.
Pretty.
But we played a show, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, because I did mostly online the last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I played a couple, but it was outdoors and out in the middle of nowhere, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome, and it was good to play in front of people, right?
Always a good feeling.
And now things are going back. I played a couple shows before I came out here, and then I've got a couple shows waiting for me when I get back.
Same here. Yeah.
Yeah,
We got
awesome.
one on the 28th, and then we got one on June 2nd, and June 5th, and a bunch of them, man. But it feels pretty good to have live music again.
Yes, it sure does.
Feels good to be a part of this too, man. I appreciate you.
Oh yeah, it's fun, and it's great to have good talent on it too. Your songs are awesome,
Thank you.
and I love underground music. I love original music. It's awesome.
Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So, play us one more.
All right, one more original here. Put you in here. Close enough there. All right, you ready? Holy Ghost? Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll just restart it.
Yeah, that's fine. I just added it. So
All right.
don't worry about it.
Ready? Play hard. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Broken home, secretly alone. Well, she hides her face from the light. No one knows, and no matter where you go, you're feeling so cold tonight. Brought to tears by another wasted day. There's one more night of falling down. Pretending takes its toll on your heart and your soul. Well, I'll be up when the sun comes around. Holy Ghost and talk of the most dangerous questions why. Holding you close just to feel comfortable. Well, there's not much left inside. struggle, so why can I not mend your broken bones? An angel in the form of a drink, and just one more than I am out another week. Lord, it's the same damn things. I'm just trying to feel okay. No more lesson, no, I've had enough one day.
So nice. So there you go. So remember, when you are in Ashland, Oregon, if you see Merlin, tell him hi, because I think he was probably only about 150 years old when I saw him. So I'm sure he's got another 500 or 800 years in him.
Yeah. He's a young warlock.
So how can we find your music, and how can we find out where you might be playing?
Well, if you go online on Instagram at EBV Music, all one word, you'll find me on Instagram, you'll find me on Facebook under that, and YouTube as well. We're going to get that started up. I post all of our events on Facebook, though, so if you want to find out where we're playing, I'll check that one out.
Okay, thanks for coming out. You've been watching Chad's Underground Scene with Elijah and Justin, all the way from Portland. And church is closing down now, so the Nashville Cowboy Church is out of service.
Yeah.
And remember, it all starts with the underground.
Well, I walk downtown to see the morning sun drift over the city hall. Well, I'm half past drunk and shade out of luck. I'm cold from the morning's dew, never thinking of what I lost, thinking of what I could lose. Now I'm leaned up on brick wall, forgetting it all, the words you spoke the night before. I'm cornered by demons and they're whispering my name. It's time to find a cure for the blues. Down here, no one less than blues. Well, I lit my first smoke as the daybreak broke, revealing my dirt-covered shoes. Well, 5:30 came around and I laid my head down to sleep for an hour or two. And Jesus can hear me, and I'm screaming out your name. The devil is on my shoulders and he's beating down my brain. Well, I'm lost, lost, lost. Well, I awoke to the smell of smoke in the autumn afternoon.
beautiful, man.
Sing the melody, sing the
Well, if
chorus.
I were a bird, I'd fly me away, away from this filthy town. But I've got no wings, and the drink holds me down. I'm drowning in memories again. Oh, the memories, they always win. And Jesus, can you hear me? And I'm screaming out your name. The devil is on the shoulder, and he's beating down my brain. Oh, well, I'm lost, lost, so lost. I'm lost. I'm lost. And I'm lost. Well, night it falls down on this soulless town. Well, the demons, they come back out to play. Well, I sing me a tune, I'm howling at the moon. Just another day in the life of a man who can't get it right. Oh, and Jesus, can you hear me? Well, I'm screaming out your name. The devil is on my shoulders, and he's beating down my brain. I'm lost, lost, lost. Lost, lost, so lost. Lost, lost, lost.
Face to face. I'll lay right down in my favorite place. I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your dog. Close my eyes. I said, now I'm ready to close my eyes. Now I'm ready to feel your hand. And to lose my heart in the burning sand. I said, now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your dog. I about watching you here. I sit in my room, I want you here. And now we're gonna be face to face. And I lay right down in my favorite place. I said, now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your dog. Come on. Now I'm gonna close my mind. Now I can feel your hand. And to lose my heart in the burning sand. I said, now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your dog. Now I wanna be your dog. Come on. Yeah.
We talk about everything, play music in between. Tune in and enjoy Chad's Underground